Okay, section 1.8, an ounce of prevention means. This is actually, should be quite a review for quite a few of you, if not all of you. All right, let's look at the explore problems. Amy's taken a class that has 5 exams, each worth 100 points. After 4 exams, her average in the class is 80. She tells her friend Phil, if I get 100% on the last exam, my grade will be an A. 80 and 100 average to 90, which is an A. Phil replies, no, it's not even possible for you to get an A in the class. Who's right and wrong? Well, let's see what she says here. After 4 exams, she has an 80%. So she has 80 out of 80% is 80 over 100. And she gets 100 out of 100 on her last test. That means she gets 180 over 200 part the whole, and that's an A. Now that's Amy's point of view. Let's take a look at Phil's. Well, Phil says absolutely not, because you got 80 out of 100 first test, 80 out of 100 second test, 80 out of 100 third test, and 80 out of 100 fourth test. And that gives you, again, part to home. Let's see, 80, 160, 240, 320 over 100, 200, 300, 400, and which is an 80%. Then she gets another 100 points out of 100. So the part becomes 420 over 4 plus 100 is 500, part the whole. If we put that on the calculator, let's see, 420 divided by 500 gives us at most 84%. So that's why she can't get an A, because if you follow the rules of means, which is an average, it's 84% at most. So get number 2. Suppose her friend scores 90 out of 100 points on a test in a different class. What is his average in the course after the test if he had 60% out of 100 possible points prior to the test? So prior, he had 60% or 60 out of 100, just 60%. And then he gets 90 out of 100 now, current test, gives him 150, part over whole is 200. And if we put that on the calculator, let's see, I gotta trust myself here. 150 divided by 200, 75%. Okay, so that's his average in the course. What if he had, now that's part A, part B, what if he had 60% of 900 prior to the test? So that we have to figure out. 900 points, and he had 60%, just 0.60, gives him 540 out of the 900 points, 60% of 900. Then he gets, so this is prior, then he gets his 90 out of 100, So if you add the parts together, 630 out of 1,000, which is 63%. So those are the explore problems. Let's go down here to the definition, because this just explains how to calculate the differences here. Be careful when you're calculating. Make sure you're using part to whole and not just adding to a percentage. Okay, mean. Definition of a mean is the average set of numbers of one measure of the set's center or middle. Doesn't always have to be the center or middle. This definition is not that great because if you have what's called outliers, it's not in the center or middle of your data points. So be careful with that. Okay, a lot of times we'll be working off of graphs to get our means and graphs to get our information for the data. Again, everybody I think at this point knows how to read bar graphs, pie charts, scatter line graphs, and scatter plots. So we're just gonna go ahead and figure out what the mean is here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it says set of numbers. We add all the numbers and divide by the total number of values. Okay, so the enrollment for each college is listed above. We get, if you add all these numbers together, you get 100,313. Then we divide by the number of colleges, which is 7, and you get an average of 14,330. So that's the way we're going to get information off the graph and get ourselves some means. It's the same way with this bar graph down here. Okay. Let's look at number 3. We have 8 servers work at a restaurant and earn the following tips on a particular night. 100, 70, 50, so on and so forth. If their practice is to evenly share their tips, how much should each service receive? So again, we're going to add up all the parts and divide it by the number of tips. So use a calculator. 100 plus 70, 50 plus 72 plus 145 plus 50, 44 plus 66, 12 plus 88, 19 plus 112. So we get 704.25. And the number of data points or number of tip amounts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to divide by 8. And each server is going to get $88.03. Okay, number 4. 2 months ago, into a biology course, Aaron has taken 3 quizzes with these scores out of 10 points each. 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and 5 out of 10. What is her average quiz score? So I'm going to add these parts to whole. 16, 21 out of 30. So her average at this point, 21, 30 is 70%. So that's part A. Part B, what is her average quiz score? Well, suppose on the fourth quiz, she scores 3 points out of 10. So we're going to use these three, and we're going to add 3 out of 10, which equals 20. So we're going to add 3 to her part, which is 24, and 10 to the whole, which is 40. And her average now is 24 divided by 40, so 60%. How does this low score affect her grade? Obviously, it goes down. Significantly. And how does this low score affect her grade? Why is that? Because she lost a lot of points on her part. So this is C and D, because she only received another 3 points out of 10. She had a very low score added to her part. Okay. All right. Example 2, they show us a way to do this with using squares. I'm going to go ahead and skip that because I believe right now we're just going to look at computations. If squares help you, or if you want to learn how to do it from squares, I would be more than happy to show you. But it's really a lot more complicated than it is useful. So I'm going to skip this for now. I may come back to it, but I don't think we need to. Okay, number 5. Okay, number 5. Now, number 5, there's a couple of different ways we can do this. I'm going to do it, of course, part to whole, because that's the way we've been doing it. Ben is searching for reviews on a book he is interested in reading. He sees that there are 12 reviews, each ranging from 0 to 5 stars. The average rating of the book is 3.75 stars. He sees that there are 4 reviews at 5 stars each. So let's do that one first. 4 reviews and 5 stars each. So the part, let's see, 4 times 5 is, he got 20 stars out of a total of 20 stars. Okay, next one. 4 reviews at 4 stars. So 4 stars times 4 is 16 out of a possible, again, 4 times 5, 20 stars. 2 reviews at 3 stars. So 2 reviews, possible, 2 times 5 stars is 10. At 3 stars times 2 is 6. And then 1 review at 2 stars. 2 stars out of 5 stars. So that's his first 11. The last review, they don't want you to look at, they want you to figure it out. So the last review, we don't know what it is. but it's the one review, so it's out of 5 stars. Okay, so the total number, let's add these up, part to whole. So the total number is 20, 40, 50, 60. The part is 20, 36, 42, 44, x. Let's just solve for x. Okay, if I multiply by 60, see, so that means 44x has to equal 60 divided by 44. And x has, I bet you it's 1 star. See, 60 divided by 44, yep, 1 star. Pretty much because 1 star was the only one left, other than the 3. We know it's not 3, would be too much. Again, there are different ways to do this, but I want to keep in consistency with the part to whole. Okay, next. Next, we kind of switch gears here, and we go back and review what midpoint is. If you remember from your Algebra 1 course, midpoint is halfway between the distance halfway between a line segment. So if we have a line segment here, we take the average. For this point, the point is, in this example, is -3, 7. I'm sorry, -3, 9, and 2, -5. And we apply this, we take the average of these 2 points, and the way we do that is to add the x's and divide by 2, and then add the y's and divide by 2. So let's find the midpoint of a line segment that connects -3/4. So -3/4, -5, and 1/2, 4. So here's our line segment, and they want us to find the midpoint. Or if we use our formula, I'm going to use, since we're used to using x and y, so I'm getting x of 1 plus x of 2 divided by 2, and y of 1 plus y of 2 divided by 2. That's the midpoint formula that you were taught Algebra 1 and geometry. So, and it doesn't matter which one you label, x1, y1, and x2, y2. So I called this one x1, y1, and I called this one x2, y2. Plug them into our formula. X1 is -3/4 plus my x2 is 1/2. Going to divide by 2, comma, y2, or y1, sorry, doesn't really matter for midpoint, -5 plus y2 is 4, and our y coordinate is going to be divided by 2. Go ahead and solve that. For fractions, I divide this using a calculator. -3/4 plus 1/2. Hit enter, then divide by 2. And let's keep it fractions. Math, enter, enter, -1/8. Comma, -5 plus 4 is -1/2. So our midpoint is -1/8, so it's real close to here. And that's it for section 1.8.